Hello, welcome to Show and Tell Meg. I'm Megan and I like to make things. And this week I thought that I would share some of the plans I have so that I can participate in a few of the challenges that have been going on for the month of March. And the first one I wanted to participate in is called Crochet Flip. And this one I found out about through Shannon Talks Yarn, who is another YouTuber who does all things crochet. And I love crochet, I just haven't made a video about any of it yet. So the idea is that you're supposed to find something in a thrift store that you can embellish in some way or change in some way with crochet to make it a little more wearable. And I looked in thrift stores and I could not find anything that I thought was appropriate. However, I have this in the back of my closet. This is a thrifted shirt that I got maybe like a year ago. And it's very cute. You know, I love a white shirt with just a little something on it. Always kind of just makes it a little extra, but it matches everything. And it has this metal disc detail, which is cool, but I love it in theory. I don't love it in wearing it, and I don't love the upkeep of it. Now that I've had it a little while and it's been through the dryer and things like that, it clinks in the dryer, and these discs, the edges of the paint is wearing off. So it just looks little, you know, a little worn. And so I want to do something to spruce it up because it's still a really cute shirt. So I'm going to, well, the plan is I'm going to seam rip this detail off, and then I'm going to add Irish crochet motifs in this kind of ditch area to jazz it up, make it a little something extra special. So if you're not familiar with Irish crochet, it's a really neat antique technique. It was very popular in the Victorian era, and it's kind of having a bit of a resurgence, at least in like Eastern Europe and places like that. And the stuff they're making is just awesome. But this type of shirt, it's kind of the perfect candidate for just a little touch of something special. And with as popular as crochet has become, I could actually be trendy, which is a miracle because I don't care about being trendy basically ever. But I think that this will be really fun. I learned how to Irish crochet last summer through a Craftsy class, which I definitely recommend. It comes with all the different particulars, tells you everything you need to know about how to do it. But you basically use crocheted thread. You're trying to fit things in a small area. So I have, this is Knit Picks Curio in size 3, but you can use size 10, size 5, like literally thread. And the idea is that you make these floral motifs and then you connect them with a type of mesh stitch in between. And I think that it would go really well in this little ditch here. So I'm entertaining ideas for color palettes. This was the first one that came to mind because, you know, it's spring, it's fun, it's a bright floral kind of palette. And I would do basically like centers of flowers in this yellow, have this pop of red, a little bit of orange, maybe a little bit of this light blue, and then I would make the leaves with these. I mean, maybe even the mesh part in the light blue. I don't know. I just like this kind of funky, rainbowy, feels very IKEA color combination. So this was my first thought. But then while I was in my box of crochet thread, I came across all of these. And you know, it's a little more of a jewel tone kind of idea. I'd still have to grab a yellow. I think I have like a mustardy yellow. But you know, flowers in the purple and the pink and the blue. Use this for the leaves, maybe the mesh. I have a dark teal that's in a size 10 crochet thread that would maybe be a cool background, or I don't know. I tend to wear a lot of jewel tones. So when I saw these, I'm like, these might match other things in my wardrobe a bit more than the other, but I don't know. I think that the other one's kind of more fun and springy. So I'm still trying to decide. We'll see when I actually start making motifs which one I go for. But if you have a vote of whether you like jewel tones or the more rainbowy colors, please let me know in the comments. The second project that I am toying around with making is something for So Frugal. I've watched people do So Frugal for a couple of years now, and I've never participated. And this year, you know, I've actually been sewing myself clothes, and I thought it'd be really fun to join in. I just always like online challenges Do I have to do that? Do I have to limit myself by these, parameters to make things? No, but it's still fun to feel like you're doing it with a group. And the idea with So Frugal is you have to pick a free pattern that anybody can have access to online and pick fabric and everything from your stash. So you're not going out and buying anything. I mean, grant you, I have a ridiculously large fabric stash, so it's a little unfair, but I certainly don't need to buy anything. I try to work for my stash mostly all the time anyway. So that's not a problem. It was mostly just down to picking a pattern. The one that I've settled on that I want to try is from Tiana's Closet, and it's called the Miranda Gathered Detail Tee. And I'll put a picture up on the screen so that you can see what it is. It's a really neat, the yoke is gathered, and then it has kind of a folded over detail along the bust line or above the bust, and then it's just fitted. So another really good, potentially basic t-shirt with a twist, which I always like. I make basic t-shirts too, but it's just not fun. I like to have fun in my clothes, and even if something is a solid color, it can still have a fun detail to it. So I would like my finished shirt to be made out of this. This is an organic cotton jersey that I picked up at the sewing studio, I think last 4th of July. And I have 2 yards here. There'll be plenty enough for that category, or for that pattern. But I mean, it's another fun, springy color. And I think it would just be a nice one to have. I do like to make muslins, especially on something that's a free pattern. I've never made anything from this company before. So my plan is I have a lot of this cotton interlock that I got at a thrift store. It might have a polyester content to it. Generally not something that I reach for. I try to do all natural fibers as much as possible, but for testing things out, you can't go wrong. It's thrifted fabric. If it doesn't work out, if there's some kind of weird fitting issue, then I don't feel as upset about it as I would if I had gone right into it with my nice organic cotton jersey. So I am going to make the blue one first, and then I'll make the yellow. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up with 2 really awesome shirts out of it. That's the hope, but that is going to be my project for So Frugal. I just have to make myself finish the project I'm currently sewing because it's just taking, I just haven't been wanting to sew as much as I want it to be done, and I want to be able to wear it. So I haven't allowed myself to start something different until I'm done with that. So let's hope this means that I need to finish a dress and make 2 t-shirts before the end of March, which I mean, it feels doable, but we're going to see how much I can get my rear end gear and actually make this happen. And that's really all I have today. I just wanted to share that. I will probably be doing other planning videos. There are a lot of things on my list of stuff to make. But realistically, these are the things I want to focus on first because they're challenges in the month of March. And it's just fun to feel a little camaraderie in a pretty solitary activity, Like I spend most of my time in my sewing room by myself at night. I'm not interacting with other people while I'm making these things, which is fine. I enjoy making things, but it is just nice to be able to share it with other people who would also appreciate it and have a little, there's prizes and stuff, so why not? So that is my plan, and I will be reporting back at the end of the month with how these projects go. So if you're interested in seeing if I can make them, if this one turns out, please like this video, subscribe, and stick around to see how it turns out. In the meantime, I hope you have a great day.